And we're live. This is Null Inquisitor. This will be Chronicles of Anoren, Part 6, in a story called The Shadows of Karalhi again. This is Part 4, I think, and this game is still using GURPS Fantasy and the RPGS role-playing super setting. Get yours now! Yeah, it's free. You have the link below. So let's start with the presentation of characters for tonight. Oh, we'll have Chepe Lepepe joining us later on. So he will just appear at some point. So V, could you present your character just quickly?
Yeah, of course. My name is Virginie Filto, and I'll be playing Shinai, a Logar ambassador, mostly a librarian who's seeking the source of some vision she had a long time ago.
That's good. And David?
Okay, following V, I'll be playing Lathan Miran, and he is a merchant of somewhat questionable at times. I don't even know how to say it. He can be a little selfish at times, but I think his heart's in the right place. And he and Shinai have had quite the adventure so far. Barely escaping a recent adventure with their lives barely intact. So I'm looking forward to more suspense.
All right, and Chepe will be playing Izado, who is a Valar, a winged woman of faith. She is, in fact, a teacher of a religion called the Calming Wind, and she's, of course, with our friends here in the capital of Anoren. Trying to learn new stuff about the teachings of the Sandstone Prophet, and she don't know about the little escapade our two friends here had into the black ways under the city. So she have no ideas, but she probably is very eager to learn what Chennai could have learned about the scroll. The scroll of Macalif, an old man who gave her like an extremely precious document of the past. So, so we will begin with Chennai. So basically, you awake in your room, and you are slowly healing back for at least a week, maybe 2 weeks, and this particular day, you awoke in your room because somebody is knocking at the door.
So I get up and I just go open the door lazily with my dress robe and just, yes?
You notice that the room is not spinning as usual. You're able to walk in a straight line for once. And
Wow.
on the other side of the door, you hear a young man named Parn. Mr. Knight, can I come in? Mr. Knight! Mr. Knight! Are you
I'm
well?
almost there.
Are you well, miss? It's me, Parn.
After a few steps, lazy, I came to the door and I opened it. Just a crack. Yes, what's up, Pan?
Okay, I'm gonna ask you to roll dexterity.
Oh my. Don't think it's a good idea.
I kind of surprised you here.
Yeah.
Dexterity roll now.
Sorry. Getting my dice out. Oh, 16.
16.
I think there's something strange that happened.
Okay. So, being the klutz that you are, being the goofball, you open the door and you see this young man, Parn, who is always overexcited to see you, and he's like your #1 fan. You're like a legend to him. And as you open the door, you can see his eyes looking at you, and then looking at your chest, and then he hide his face, and he's becoming red instantly. Like, I didn't mean to, and I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. And you realize that you're half, you're half naked.
Oh.
And he's like,
Sorry about that.
Oh, I'm so sorry, miss.
That's okay. Why are you so up? Why do you want to wake me up this early?
Well, I had a message to tell you, but I kind of forget about it. Oh, I forgot about it. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I've covered myself now. You can look.
I don't want to take the chance, miss. I don't want to offend you.
Okay, as you wish, but I hope you'll open your eyes before walking back to get the message back.
All right, I'm willing to take the chance. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Boo!
I'm not like you, miss. I'm not like the adventurer type. What I was here for, I'm trying to remember.
Focus.
I'm so sorry. I have so many stuff to do today, and I had something very important to tell you. Oh, you're walking. Are you well? Are you feeling better?
Yes, better.
Would you like to have some tea?
Oh, that would be great.
Well, I'll go fetch some tea for you. All right, I'll do this right away. And he starts to
try to
walk,
remember.
and he starts to walk away, and he stop. He turn around. Oh yeah. It's about your friends. Yes, your friends. You know, the merchant and the winged woman.
Yes, I remember this one.
In your earlier delirium, you asked me to personally send a message to them.
Did I?
Yes, you wanted to have a nice meal with them as when you would be better.
Oh,
And
that would be great.
I hope it's okay. They both accepted your dinner invitation for tonight.
Fine, cool.
And I've scheduled everything. You know that the kitchen is closing after 5 p.m. and I've successfully managed to have some staff to work a little bit overtime tonight. So they'll be there at 7 p.m. as you wanted, and a meal will be ready. It will be rudimentary, but it will be okay, I presume.
Truly? Oh, but I have to set myself. Okay.
Yes, you have.
And I just brush my hair with my hand and the gap again, a little bit.
Oh right, tea. Sorry, I'll go fetch your tea. I'll be right away. And he fall to the ground like you do, tripping on his own robe that is a little bit too long for him, and he struggled for a little bit to get on his feet, and then he tried to walk as if anything, nothing has happened. You know, trying to keep his pride a little bit.
Cool. So I get back to my room and I start choosing dress for the day and for the night. So I spend a little time with that, but at the meantime, I just pull a book, read some stuff I was not sure about it, take another one from a closet and start reading it, putting dress on it, and back in another one later, and that's a total mess.
It's a strange a little bit. You are surrounded by books, and many books, and you don't remember opening them all. You know, you must have been sick for a long time, and you studied in your sleep. You have maybe small flashback of maybe getting up in the night, feverish, sweaty all over, and try to read, and then falling asleep on the books, and there's books everywhere in your room. And there's also your traveling and adventuring gear in one corner, and as you look upon it, you remember what happened 2 weeks ago. The encounter with this otherworldly creature named Maleka, the sigil on the stone, the Cathedral of Light.
Yes.
You remember blacking out after this. So it's not so clear, but you remember clearly now what this creature have said to you.
Okay.
If those things are true, they could change everything in this kingdom. So tonight, do you want to choose? How do you want to appear to your friend? Do you want to appear as the Logarian ambassador? Do you want to appear like more casual? What kind of dress do you want to?
Probably she would have started with a nice dress, for she is. Oh, I'll see them. I haven't seen them in a while. So I start with the dress, but after a moment I just start clothing myself as usual without noticing that I had to put on a nice dress that I had loved to do. Totally, like she forget about it, but not really. Just her head spinning about all the stuff she want to do in her day before she sees them, and
Like she casually dressed herself and forgot halfway what she
about
was
the
doing.
dress. On the other way, she might have just think to go outside, so she might have put on some of her traveling gear.
Okay.
It's like having a T-shirt with a jerkins on.
Okay.
And a skirt.
Do you want to? Surely that must take 10 minutes or so. What do you want to do after that? Do you want to stay in your room, take some air? Do you want to go to the studies room? You want to go somewhere?
Since there are many books I don't remember opening, I'll probably just fall into them until the young pawn come back with the tea, and I remember, oh yes, tea.
Okay. So at some point you hear again a knock on the door.
Yes?
The door open and a man, a more mature man, enter. He is a Hebahin, and you may have crossed his path at some point in the Overwatch. You don't know him very much. You know that he's a scholar of the Overwatch, not one of the little assistant like Parn. And he have in his hand a tray and a tea set on it. And he look at you and say, "Can I come in?"
Of course. Come in, come in.
So he go to your desk, and as he set the tea set on the table, he have a small look over your shoulder, and he says like, "Oh, Logarian astrology. That's a nice book."
Yes. But I'm not sure about the sign I read. They are quite messy. I think it's from here and not from my place because they're translated. But they're missing some point. I'm not sure about that. It's like you see this and that. They're not supposed to be in that book at that time. They're
As you do that, he pour 2 cups of tea, and he have a big smile on his face. The man is bald. He have some red-brown, friendly eyes, and he wears a dark robe. And on his neck, he have a ceramic talisman in the shape of a turtle, a sea turtle. And he pour you a cup of tea, and he give it to you. And he says, "May I sit with you?"
when he give me the tea, I say, "Oh, but I'm sorry. Where's my mother?" And I close the door, close the book, and I just show him the seat in front of me, so he can sit as he asked for.
He nod a little bit like this, and big smile on his face. "My name is Sirun. I am one of the many scholars here at the Overwatch, and our head administrator have appointed me to look for you. I've been responsible for your health in the latest weeks. How are you feeling today?"
Oh, much better. I think I've got a bit of my head back, the way it was before.
That is good.
Yeah.
You know, being an official Logarian here in Anoren, I can honestly say that you received the best treatment you could possibly receive. It was very
I'm
important.
really grateful for that.
Yes, yes, and you're very welcome. Your knowledge and your skills here are very, very appreciated. So maybe we could read some books together and talk about it.
Maybe. What is your expertise?
My main expertise is in administration and the history of the city of Karalhi itself.
Maybe you've got enough knowledge about the city or the estate for knowing about why there is so not much magic around here. I've seen a bit, but it seemed quite fuzzy and wild. Is it normal, or am I just looking at one woman and thinking it's all for the best?
Well, I'm not the expert on the occult and magic, but I can honestly say that my studies in the matter have shown me that magic exists in Anoren in some form, but it is very dangerous to use, and people can go crazy, or bad stuff can happen to the magic user. It's it's a force of nature that is unbalanced, sadly, and it's not
Do,
reliable.
do you know if it was like that for a long time, or if it was always like that, or before it was okay? Or...
There is stories from the time of Raka. Raka was the name of Karalhi in the past. It was another set of culture back then. There are stories back then that magic was formidable, was fantastical, and very reliable. So yeah, you are absolutely right. In the past, magic seemed to be a bit more present in the life of the typical citizen of this kingdom.
Hmm, interesting.
Sadly, I'm not the I'm not the expert on what could have produced such a result. The histories go 2 millennia back, and it would take a lifetime to achieve such a degree of knowledge.
And I'm not much into years and years and years of search on that matter. But thanks again for your your point of view. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And would you like a biscuit to with your tea?
Oh, yes. I'm quite hungry, actually.
That's good. That's for the better. So as you start crunching or putting those biscuits in your mouth, meanwhile, in another part of the city, probably a district called the Ward, which is nearly in the center of the city. It's like the place where the common men live. And there is this little inn where a certain merchant is resting or operating. So we we arrive at this inn to see Layden in a strange company. Layden is in his room, and two stone men have entered the room. One very familiar, with the name of Melkim, who was the right-hand man of Macalif. And another stone man, an uglier one, with a big crack on his skull, like if a mace hit the skull right directly, and a chunk of his head flew away. And so these men have just knocked on the door, and they just entered the room without asking permission. So Melkim looks at you, Layton, and without further ado, he introduces you to his brother Torim.
Okay, I will nod and say the pleasure is all mine, but I will look over my shoulder towards the shuttered window and consider it for a moment before thinking better of it, maybe.
you're on the second floor.
Mm-hmm. Of
And,
course, of course.
if you had to jump by the window,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that you have studied the escape route, so you would have a bonus actually to just to just do that, because you're one of those guys, you know.
Well, I consider it because you never know. And I'm sorry, what was Melkeem's brother's name again?
Torim.
Tolian. Okay. Okay.
So Melkeem he just place his back on a wall and cross his arms like this,
Mm-hmm.
while his uglier brother just stay like straight like a bar.
I'm sorry I don't have another seat to offer your brother, but since the both of you are here, what can I do for you?
Mr. Moran, it's been 2 weeks, and I didn't heard about you coming back with some riches for me. No news of any kind. So I'm here today to present you my brother Torim. He is the one that I consider for the role of your sister's husband. I'm considering it very much these days.
Well,
so unless something very big happen in the next few days, well, we'll be family soon.
try not to be offended by my words, but I don't think your brother is my sister's type at all. He's not very handsome, is he?
He is not handsome, as you say.
Well, I can't say that our trip was as successful as we wanted it to be, but I also cannot say that it was unsuccessful. You have to understand that artifacts and what have you, that we just couldn't walk out of there with our arms full of glittering treasures. These things take a certain amount of tact that I don't think you stonemen quite understand.
You know, there is, like I said at our last meeting, there is a lack of wealth in our tribe, and I have several members of my family who are suffering from the basilisk lullaby, and they need treatment, and these treatment cost very much. So I'm going, like a good soldier, I'm going to give you your orders. And I'm not sure that you have much choice, unless you want a new stepbrother. You will find a way to return the scroll to me.
My mouth drops. How do you know about the scroll? I mean, what are you talking about?
I was there when my master gave it to your friend, the winged woman. So I don't know if you have any connection with her again, but I'm pretty sure this document is still here in the capital, and you probably know where it is.
I wave my
So
arm.
basically,
Oh.
you're gonna steal it for me.
I wave my hand around the tiny, cramped room, and I plead with Melkeem. I say, does it look like that I'm living in luxury and sleeping upon a bed of gold here? Does it look like that to you?
Of course not. But there is a time issue in my demands. And since it's been 2 weeks, I've been under the impression that you're maybe leaking this wealth in another way. Shadier way. Like the rogue you are.
Well, far be it from me to lower his expectations of me or his thoughts of my skill. Because sometimes what is left unsaid is better than what is said. I will simply nod to him, and I will say, fine, you have been more than gracious in giving me the length of time that you have. And because I know that you and your brother are both honorable and stand by your word, I will try to do as you request.
You are right about the honor. I would never do something to you, even if my brother is particularly fond of breaking legs and fingers. I would never let that happen, and you know it. But I will tell you this. I've heard about some Scorpions tribe members that are in this city right now. I don't know what you could do if they would learn about your presence here. It's in the rules of war. If you cannot do something yourself, let the enemies of your enemies do the work for you.
I'm sure your father would be quite proud to see you basically extorting me like this, one who helped him in his time of need and tried to comfort him. But my back is up against the wall, and I kind of look out of the window one more time, and I say, you give me no choice. I spread my hands and say, you give me no choice.
That's exactly that, and we'll leave. So he just motioned to his brother, and his brother, like, look at him like he didn't understood the first time. So he finally placed a hand on his shoulder, paf, and like grab him and like drag him a little bit. And the two stones warrior just leave your room in a neat fashion, orderly fashion.
I follow them hot on their heels and close the door behind them and begin to latch it, and then kind of shrug and say, why bother? And just leave it.
Yeah, they could probably just charge and destroy the door in one move.
And I kind of plop down on the bumpy mattress, put my head in my hands and shake my head and say, now what am I supposed to do? As I sit there and contemplate, my dilemma and try to think of a way to outfox these two warriors who seem to be a step ahead of me for some odd reason. Me? How can they be a step ahead of me? I'm the smart one.
I'm the smart one. Okay, so you hear something like slight and faint. Could you roll me a hearing roll? A hearing roll is based off perception. So if you have any, let me have a look at your character sheet. You have a 13 in perception. So roll me that, please.
Okay. 15.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For a moment, you hear like a sound that sound like this, you know, and you don't know where it's coming from, and after several times, suddenly you hear like a young man screaming like, "Hey, hey!"
Ah, okay, I understand now. Okay, I'll jump up and realize that someone's been throwing stones against my window suddenly, and
Yeah.
I will unlatch the window, open it up, and move the shutters aside, and stick my head out there and look to see who's yelling.
So you see a young pale Minari with a with a dagger on it on his finger. This guy you know by the name of Ricky, and he's a pickpocket. He's a thief. He's the lowliest of the lowliest in your profession. He probably makes his money at the expense of other. But in the last 2 weeks, he proved to be very useful in uh, your let's say business deals or so he's like throwing stones at your windows, and when he sees your face, he just go like, "Hey, Layden, can I come in?"
I wave him in, and then close the shutter behind me, and wait for him to arrive.
Okay, so it take a small amount of time, and then you hear a knocking at your windows actually.
Okay. I turn around and hesitate for a moment, and then I nod my head and I open the windows, the
Yeah,
shutters rather, and let them in.
and you slip inside your room like a cat, with a stealthy feet, like a waving, looking a little bit funny doing it actually.
What are you doing? Why didn't you come in the door?
Well, I don't use doors. They're bad luck. Every time I enter somewhere by the door, it's because I was arrested or there is somebody throwing me in. I don't like doors.
One of these days you're gonna slip and break your neck for nothing.
Well, I hope I will have a full life then. Yeah, I was in the port this morning, and I heard those two poor saps being thrown out of a sailing boat because they were drunk. I mean, who does that? Every sailor is drunk, no?
Wait, slow down, back up. Which two poor saps are you talking about?
I'm talking about your future employee.
How long have you been out there watching my apartment?
Well, I kind of heard you had some visitors, so I just waited a bit for them to go away. But I swear to God, I did as fast as I could. Those two drunkards could be your big chance to hire some very good people.
How so? What do you mean? What are you thinking?
Well, they are down their luck and they're looking for work, and they'll probably do anything you will ask them. It's a bargain.
I kind of turn my back to Ricky for a moment and kind of give my coin purse a pat to see how full it is.
Well, it's not as full as it was 2 weeks ago.
Right.
But it's a normal weight.
Okay. And I kind of tighten it on my belt, and then I turn to him, and I kind of give him a pat on the shoulder, and I say, "That's a very good idea. Very good idea. It appears as though you have been the fact that I was kind enough to take you under my wing has been turning into an advantage for you and I."
What do you mean, boss?
You're doing good. You're doing very good.
Oh, that's what I wanted to hear. You see, those two guys. In fact, it's a woman and a guy, a stone man and a Ebahin, and they seems to be like brother and sister. It's very weird. They're talking to each other like they're family, but they're not. And what's very cool about them, it's I saw something. They got thrown out of the boat, and then they had a shouting match with the captain, and I don't know, and they throw some stuff, and at some point there were royal guards who came to calm the situation, and the two of them punched out the royal guard and just flew away, and so I ran after them, and they're like very good at fighting, boss. They're like, I never saw the punch coming, man. It was you must hire these guys, and plus they are sailors, boss. You know, we could steal a boat and just go away.
You know, Ricky, you may be onto something there. Actually, you may be onto something.
I knew it. I knew it.
So say one more time. Where's the last place you saw these two?
I pay for them I pay them some food, so they are just in front of here actually, finishing their food. You could talk to them.
Okay. All right, that sounds like a good idea. And I kind of put my hands on his shoulders, and I was going to guide him out the door, but then I remember, and I turn him around to the window.
Meet you outside, and you do like a funny move, like a puppet, and just go outside like a cat.
Okay.
And you barely hear him climbing down, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I'll get myself together, and then I will go outside and meet him across or down the street.
All right. So you two cross the street, and and you arrived at this small place.
Mm-hmm.
In the city, there is no restaurant per se, you know. Mm-hmm. So there's plenty of little pubs and people cooking for silver pieces. So everyone is eating outside basically. So there is this place with barrels and little chairs, three-legged chairs around the barrels, and a couple of common men are eating outside. And you see those two weird people. I'm gonna describe them to you. There is a middle-aged stone man who's like rough on the edge. Let's say he's a little bit short for a stone man, but what he have lost in height, he gained it in width. So he's like a little Wolverine, you know. And he's eating like he have food on his face, and he's eating like, and he's burping. He's not very polite. And the Ibrahim woman at his side is as dirty as him. basically. But she saw you cross the street like 15 yards away, and she had one of her eyes on you as she ate. And as you come in, she just snapped the shoulder of his comrade, and it takes a little while before he actually lift his head. And Ricky just go like, let me present you my boss, Mr. Moran.
Okay. I give them one of my signature deep bows with a flourish, and I will point towards a chair and say, "May I join you, please?"
And in your head, there is a switch that came on as soon as you started to talk to these sailors, and you start to speak a little bit like a sailor instantly, blending in their culture, you know. And so they're like, yeah, sure, come in, sit down.
Okay.
And that was the woman talking.
Oh boy. Okay. In trouble now. Okay. All right. As I sit down, typically when I'm meeting new individuals, I give them the once over to try to learn something about them through their appearance, if possible. So since the woman is the one who spoke, I will give her the eye and take a look at this Evaheen woman a little closer. What do I see?
She doesn't look like much like an educated woman. I would say the opposite. She's Ricky is probably smarter than this woman. But what she appeared to lack in intelligence, you have the feeling that this woman was on a boat for a reason, and this reason was probably related to her harm. You have rarely seen powerful arm like that. That could explain the Royal Guard going down so fast. And these guys have helmets. So this woman looked very powerfully built. She's not particularly. She could be seen not as a woman by many men. She's very like the sailor type and dirty, but she probably can do a manual task very good.
Okay, and then one of the stone man companion, is his face still in his plate?
A little bit, yes. The stone man looks a little bit more introverted. He's a little bit more calm. Yes, he's as dirty as her, but he seems to be smarter too. He seems to be more knowledgeable. Maybe he did something else on a boat.
Okay.
Maybe something related to officer's task or accounting, or maybe he did something. Yeah, maybe he did something more intellectual.
Okay. I will put my hand or finger up and see if I can order another bottle of some not very expensive wine because I don't think the price or the the quality of the wine will matter with them. I think it'll just, as long as they have something, then they'll be happy. So I try to get something fairly cheap. And when it arrives, I'll fill up their mugs, and then I'll slam the bottle down, sailor style.
Oh!
And I will say, what ship brought you into port? looking for your fame and fortune.
Well, as you knock as you knock some glass down with them, you can see that the woman have a wide smile on her face, and you see some missing teeth, missing. But they're like, "Oh, really? You're buying us grog? Oh, you're the best. You're really the best. I mean, our last captain on the exquisite octopus, he was no good. He was very like cheap with everything." So,
I say only the best for some future friends of mine. Only the best.
my name is Elia, and this is my friend Ishtan. And if you would like to hire some sailors, we're your men, my good sir.
All right,
So,
go ahead.
So what kind of work could you need from us?
At that I kind of lean in a little closer and lower my voice to just above a whisper.
Oh, and then and they do the same. They drop their food and they do the same. We're listening, boss.
Okay. So I say there may be a couple of gentlemen that may need a little convincing around these parts.
I see. Well, as a matter of fact, me and Ishtan are very, very accustomed to work with each other.
I kind of I rub my chin and I say, well, I've only heard of some of your skills, but I must warn you, these are stone men that we talk about. You think you could handle this?
Oh yes, I think I can. It would not be the first stone man that I put on the ground.
Ah, okay. Well.
And as she says that,
Mm-hmm.
she take her tankard, and she squeeze it, and you can see the metal bend, and you're really like impressed, like, oh my God, she's really strong, that woman.
I say, I put my hand up and say, don't get me wrong, I don't want them permanently handled. I just want them to be, I just want them to change their minds, if you know what I mean.
Oh, that's no problem, boss.
Okay.
I can handle this.
Okay. Now, question. Being with some of the shady individuals that Lathan has had to deal with in the past, would he kind of have an idea of how much this would cost him? And can he afford it?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, roll me a streetwise skill.
Okay, I have it at 15. So if I miss this roll, I'm terrible. Okay, so 13, yes.
You have it.
Okay.
Okay, so you're pretty much certain that you can hire these guys longer term,
Mm-hmm.
but you could just hire them for this particular task. And to be generous,
Mm-hmm.
50 silver piece could be a good price for this, just because they can be in trouble with the law, and and maybe if you try to play the card where where you are very upfront with them, telling them that, by the way, they are soldiers,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I just want to kind of gauge their capabilities. Even though Ricky pretty much told me all I need to know already.
Ricky is behind you, and he's like, yeah, he's supporting everything you're saying, and he's punctuating for you.
Okay. I still leaning in and kind of whispering still. I tell them, I say, just let Ricky, and I kind of point back at him, let him know where you're staying, and when I get all the details situated, I'll let the both of you know, and I say, now you've gotta realize that these stone men, they're both very capable. They have some military experience, so you have to be sure that you can handle this.
Military, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. She have a quick look with Ishtan, and Ishtan is doing like this. Have a break.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So she confirmed, yeah, no problem, no problem.
All right.
We just had a slight encounter with the guard lately, and I think we can handle a couple of soldiers.
Okay. All right. So I kind of lean back and I cross my arms, and kind of give them the eye, kind of look at them like I'm looking at a stallion, gauging its worth, kind of look at them, and then I nod, like yes, 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 and then I say, I think you two are very capable and up to the task, and then I lean in again and I say, I think I'll give you a nice offer of 50 silver. How's that sound?
50 silver? Oh, that's great. We'll take it.
Okay, all right. Now I put my hand up and I say, you understand this is a business agreement, correct?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
It's like one of them business agreement when you go on a boat. Once you're in the boat, the agreement stays as long as you're on the boat.
That's correct. So I say 15 now, and the rest upon completion.
Excellent. Let's have a shake.
Okay, I spit in my hand.
And she does the same.
Of course.
Ishtan also spit, and there is a piece of corn in his.
Oh boy. Okay.
So
And
they both shake on it, and
okay.
they agree, and you see in their eyes that they're serious about this.
Okay, that's fine. And so I will count out the silver.
Yep.
And then I will look one more time over my shoulder as I drop the last silver piece into her hand, and I will give Ricky the wink. Okay, and then I will stand up, drink the last gulp of wine, grimace, and then we will be on our way.
All right.
Okay.
So you go on your way, and those two are celebrating a little bit at their newfound job, and they're actually very pleased, but they're not like in a spending mood, they're happy, but they will have to work, and they know it. So they have there is a slight trace of professionalism in there. In fact, it could be like they just want to do it because it's fun. I mean, giving a lesson to soldiers, like, you can see the woman like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
All right, well, we will see how this works out. I don't know. I may have started the ball rolling, and it may keep rolling downhill. I don't know, but we'll see what happens here. So I do know that I need to as soon as possible to find Shania and talk with her just to see what she's doing and what she has done with that book, just in case.
So Ricky is by your side with his flaming red hair, and he's like, see, I told you, boss, they're solid, man. They're very, very tough. Your soldier man will kiss the floor. You just have to say the word.
I tell him, I say, you make sure you find out where these stone men are staying, and I have to go check on something first, and then I'll catch up with you later, and we'll figure out when the plan is going to go down. How's that?
Do you want me to find out your soldier man and keep a look on them?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna take my leave, sir.
Okay.
So you see him zigzagging in the street,
Mm-hmm.
and it is not long before you see him with a purse in his hand, tugging it into his jacket and disappearing into a alley.
I check my coin purse to make sure it's still there.
Your purse is still there.
Okay, all right.
But you hear a dwarf on the other side of the street. Hey, where's my purse? My pickpocket! Come on, damn you!
I hope Ricky doesn't end up in prison before this happens.
So slowly the day advances, and you each have some ordinary stuff to attend and to do. And the rendezvous, or the meeting, was set near dawn. Is it dawn? No, it's dusk. Near dusk at the Overwatch headquarters. So, do you want to do something else before for this?
Not really.
Not
Let's
really.
see here. Okay. How soon before dusk is upon us? Fairly soon?
You have probably like 5 hours.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I know that I supposedly have a day or two. So I think I have enough time to talk to my companion and see what she has discovered, if anything. Because I really have no intentions of trying to turn this book over, because Melkeem is just not a nice guy anyway. So, but you never know. So
Yeah, it's a tough situation here.
Yes, it's a tough situation. So at least I need to be convinced of Chennai's what's the word? Conviction in what she's going to be doing. So I have nothing else I want to do out when I can. I just want to talk with her when I can. So that's it.
Yeah, probably tonight will be a great moment to discuss everything concerning the scrolls or finding. You heard that she took the most of 2 weeks to just get back on her feet, mentally but physically too. It was you didn't quite know what happened when she touched. It's not that she touched the stone, but in the cavern, you don't know what happened there. So it will be a time to just talk about everything that's going on.
Do we know what happened to our friend Eldricos?
Hey, Dracos,
Mhm.
no, you didn't heard from him.
It would be nice to have him around.
Yeah, something tell me that in the future you will cross his path again, and something tells me that right now he's doing some crazy stuff under the earth. So, all right. So later that day, Leighton, you are in front of the Overwatch headquarters. You're basically waiting for your okay to pass through the door. So there is a smoky, tar-like smells that comes to you from the district below you, the Dark Faden. And of course, you are able to see the infamous door the giant iron bull head above it, and you can see below and everywhere in the city, you can see people preparing for darkness, lighting some lanterns, and suddenly there he is, an Ibrahim scholar with a lantern in his hands. He is in his mid-30s. He's bald, red-brown eyes, wear a dark robe, and he's like, "Are you the one waiting for Miss Chennai?"
Yes, I am, of course. You must remember me. I'm one of those that traveled into the darkness and survived. You do remember, don't you?
Yes, I think you came several times to ask for her health. Isn't that right?
Yes, and I don't understand why I'm having to being made to wait. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, okay. That we actually, I'm trying to remember now. We actually ventured into those caverns kind of secretly, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
Lathan can't use that to spread the legend of his bravery and his accomplishments. So,
yes,
okay.
it's one of those where you cannot talk about it
Okay.
unless you want to be pursued by justice.
Right. Okay. So I will zip I will zip it, and I will remember my place, and I will say yes. I have been waiting to see her.
And plus this Overwatch headquarters is yes, library on one part, but on another part it's like a fortress. They are keeping all the important documents and books of for the royal family of all the kingdom. So it's pretty normal situation. So this guy continue. Yes, my name is Serun. I am an archivist here. Please follow me.
I follow on his heels.
The little miss is quite strong, I must say. The recovery went pretty well.
Once she sets her mind to something, that's it. It's done.
Ah, I see. You know her very well.
Yes, we've had the opportunity to go through many trials and tribulations together.
She don't talk very much about you and her friends, but it is my understanding that she care for you all very much.
What do you mean she doesn't speak of us?
She mainly speak with me about topic of the day, ancient history. She's very into magic these days, and that frankly put me in a it disturbed me a little bit. She's not a magic user, isn't she?
Well, she has many talents, but she's her greatest talent is, I think, her curiosity. So that's probably why she's so inquisitive about those things.
Oh, I see. Well, at least the colors have returned to her cheeks, and this is for the best.
She's probably been eating lots of cake.
Probably. I'm pretty sure that this will be our first real meal tonight. If I'm correct.
She hasn't had any other visitors, has she?
No, I was responsible for checking on her health and her recovery.
No noblemen or anything sniffing about?
No, why? Was she expecting somebody special?
Well, there was. I was I understood that there may have been some noble gentleman of some sort who was trying to possibly woo her with sweets and such. I was just curious.
Oh, the poor man. This woman is really she's married to knowledge and books. The poor man will have a hard time to to woo her, I believe.
I was just curious, just wondering.
But you probably know her more than I do.
Okay.
So you both entering the room while a servant is dressing a nice table. You see green raisins, red wine, dates, grilled pork, pea soup, and some rye bread. And the table is really generous.
I will immediately sit down.
and V can probably tell us what she's doing while you enter. What are you doing, V?
Probably looking at one book once more and hearing all the servant coming about to dress the table. I didn't even notice that Leighton is here. I just read through with the picking up some grab into my mouth and waiting for my guesses to arrive.
So the servant just finished, and he takes his tray, and he just bow down and go away without talking. He's so much lower than you, so he's kitchen staff and working overtime, and he's one of the bus boys. So it's like he's he's very small, and he just go like a mouse. So the door is closed, and you're finally alone with Leighton, but you didn't notice that he was here.
I put the find a nice napkin, you know, and put it in my collar because you never know when this will be your last good meal for a while, so better safe than sorry. And I will begin to dig in, and then after a while, after I notice that Shania has not looked up from her book, I will point my fork at her and say, "What on earth are you reading there? What are you doing?"
Leighton, you're here already?
Yes, I've been
thought
here
you
for a
was
while.
supposed to be. I thought you was supposed to be at 7. What time is it?
It's already almost 8 o'clock.
Oh, I missed some hours. Oh, glad you're here. Have you seen Izado? She was supposed to be here too.
I answer with a jaw full of delicacies, and I say, "No, I'm the only one that's here, I think."
Oh. Yes. Eat. Don't wait for me.
But you still haven't told me. What is that you're reading?
Oh, this book is about one of the greatest stone men that is been written on for a while. I was really into his story about how he conquered southern part of the desert.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much something regarding all the tribes that there is, but I think that the only remaining of that day of this particular man is a tribe called the Scorpions. I'm not sure about that.
Oh.
That was something.
Okay. At the mention of the scorpions, I put my knife and my fork down, having lost my appetite a little bit. And I say, Shania, I was wondering,
Yes.
what have you done with the book and the scrolls that we recently we recently found.
Mm, wait, what book? What scroll?
The
You
book
mean the
that.
scroll that Izado let us took in for knowledge?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I thought that was solved, that part.
But where? Do you still have the scrolls?
I don't have it. It's locked in the main vault, in the
And
heavy vault, with all the precious stuff that there is down there.
and what of the book that the stone man gave you?
Not sure about what you're.
Is my memory not clear? Um,
I can have a look. Macalif gave Izado a scroll tube,
that had
and
right. I remember
inside
that.
the tube was an ancient vellum parchment. It was rolled around a marble rod that was cracked in two.
So it wasn't the book. It was the actual scroll.
Yeah, it was a scroll, but it's one of those lengthy scroll, with.
Okay.
So yeah, it
And
counts as a book. Yeah.
was she copying any of the scroll into a book, or maybe I'm forgetting. Okay.
Oh,
No.
that you couldn't know.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You
Okay.
were you were very discreet about the topic.
Okay. Okay. So the scrolls are all locked up now. Okay.
Yeah. Where they're supposed to be. There's a lot of stuff in there. Even more than many people could know of.
What if someone, say you,
Me?
wanted to get another look at the scroll? How could that be done?
That can be easily arranged.
Oh, easily, you say?
Yeah, I can go see it anytime or on open hour, not at the late of night, but on the open hour I can go see it back. There's no problem about that. If I want to be sure of my researches, they won't stop me from getting a look on it.
What if it were late in the evening, say, and you just could not go to sleep because you were tossing and turning in your bed because there was something on that scroll that you just needed to see? Then what would happen?
Good question. I don't know. Is there something you want to know about the scroll?
Oh, me? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I'm just hypothetically. I'm wondering.
Okay.
Would you have to get permission from the archivist to look at the scroll?
At the late of night, I think they would have me wait for the morning. Even tonight, dinner was a special arrangement. Usually it's closed by 5 p.m.
Is he the one who does he have a key or something? How does he get to the scroll? Do you know?
There's a guard.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Well, there's this friend of mine, you see, and he has an interest in the scroll. Let's call him a collector of sorts. Someone almost like you, for example.
I could go speak with him about it. I don't mind.
Well,
I know all you have to know about that.
He's the type that he would really be impressed if he could see the scroll with his own eyes, possibly. But I don't know if that can be arranged. I have to think about it. Yeah.
If you really want to come, you'll have to go through the normal ways of administration to get his name written on and to get all the permission that he needs to get into the vault and see it there.
But
it's pretty precious.
Something I don't understand though. If the scroll was given to you, why shouldn't you be the one to take care of it?
Because it's precious and it's delicate. It's like old paper, and if you take it into the bad condition, it can just rip apart.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
Yeah. Even the casing we had to break it to get the scroll out. So.
Okay, I will take another bite of my meal, and then I will change the subject and say, so what's this I hear about you researching magic?
Oh, that is something truly interesting.
Tell me.
It's. Do you know that once upon a time there was better. I would say that it was the magic into Anoren was controlled and known about, and not like our friend the witch, the magical witch.
The door slowly opened, and a winged woman entered your room. It's been a long time since you've seen
Hello,
Izado.
Why are you here?
Hi.
Just to place you into the situation, Chepe, you have just received an invitation to celebrate the recovery of Chennai, who have been found ill these days, and she wanted to see her friends. So it was also mentioned that she may have some very serious stuff to discuss with you. She's been studying this scroll, after all, for at least a month and a half. So you will just enter the room after having passed through all the protection and security of the Overwatch headquarters, and here you are in friendly company with two friendly faces.
She tips
Welcome,
her hood.
Zado.
She tips her hood at Lathan. It's been quite a long time.
I stand up and attempt to wipe my greasy hand on the handkerchief hanging at my neck, and then I reach out and grab her hand and kiss it, my lady.
She flips back her wing, hands over, and she's a lot more forward now than before. She shakes your hand. You notice the dense burn marks seem. She has a much darker complexion, and it's contrasting the burn marks you've noticed before.
Oh wow. Okay. I try not to linger on them, and I kind of I clear my throat, and then I pull a chair out for her.
This city must have an effect on her. You know, she's also been studying for a month and a half, so maybe she's learning stuff. She's doing these Surban stuff, these holy woman stuff.
She sits down.
Come. Have a bite.
You're well. I heard that the others were sent to look for me at some point. I've heard stories of rumors of people making out through the underground, through where we're not supposed to be. I've heard so many rumors of so many things. What has been going on? Dearest friend, you were sick. Why were you sick? But you are well. What is going on?
What's going on?
I am I've been away on a small pilgrimage, I guess you could say, of my own for a while. I have not been in touch.
Shania will stand up and make a bow and say, I found the Cathedral of Light.
What?
Yes, I've been there.
I have not been able to walk in the footsteps of my own prophet. Yet you, my incredible friend, what was it like? What did you do? What's going on?
There was a lot of light, but it was in the middle of the darkness. Leighton was there, but not exactly in the cathedral, but he was with me on the trip to go there.
It was a death trap.
Accurate description.
I'm not sure. I've heard something from a Lanternier that he had met a very talkative woman and a very sly man and helped them down a very dangerous path. I think he went looking for me at one point. I can't remember his name. He was dreadfully verbose. Gun-ho fella. Very nice.
Don't remember well, but I guess it was maybe Hydrocos or
Hydrocus,
another one,
yes.
because this one is not really a kind one. Don't know. But I'm glad you can make it. You could make it.
Yes, I've
Please,
heard.
please.
I've heard. Oh,
Eat.
sorry. Eat. What?
Eat.
I'm sorry.
I also have so much to talk about the scroll. Everything I found out. You know that there was almost a chapter written in it about the Sandstone Prophet. About the how you say that, your precious book? It was like an entire chapter more.
What? An entire. I've only finished my. She sits down and breath. She puts out her teachings that she's been collecting, working so hard to try to finish the pieces for the school. He goes through them, and there's still an area. Is there a chance I may receive a copy?
Oh, probably I can make you one. I'll have to see through if the Tetrapolis will allow me to do so. I hope so.
Pick through the different parts of the food at the table, making sure to avoid meat because it's getting close to the time. She does not eat meat at night. You've known this. But she's very direct about it this time. Normally she tries to hide that fact. Her meekness is gone. It's as if it's withered away within the course of her teachings.
So the grilled pork is out of the question. It's so delicious, though.
Of course, and I will skewer those pieces that she does not want or need and gladly eat them.
What is it that you need to tell me?
There's so much, but I don't know if you will believe me, because there's so much amazing stuff. Like, did you know that the Lady of Healing was blind?
And this to you is probably a shock revelation. The Lady of Healing was capable of healing anything, right?
Yes, she should have been. She is the one that it is her line that I follow in order to do what I did. She was blind, what does that mean with me? What does that mean with that creature, that poor soul that was unredeemed before, the one I laid hands on?
There is probably a parallel to be done with your burning hand, maybe your burnt hand.
She looks at her flesh. Are the hands by which I heal as filthy as they look? Please tell me everything. I do not hold back a single thing.
But by where started? Where I should start?
Dear Lathan, could you please help her? She discovered a chapter. Please, you must understand. This is she's rushed, and because she sat next to you, grabbing your arm, her hood has flown back, and her black hair curls under her. It's suddenly become messed up. It was more ornate before. Not that she ever does anything too ornate, but as fixed as she would normally be. Her feathers are ruffled, quite literally and figuratively.
Okay. I'm very taken aback by this sudden rush towards me, and my fork drops to the plate, you know, and I look back at Shania and I say, well, you know, of course you understand my position there was merely in order to support our scholar here and make sure that nothing unbecoming happened to her. Unfortunately, all I remember, as I said, was being beset upon by creatures of darkness, crushing tendrils wrapped around my limbs. The pain. You don't understand the pain.
But you remember the pyramid, the invert pyramid, with the sigil?
Yes, I do remember that.
That's where I found the Cathedral of Light.
Does that mean anything to you? That inverted pyramid?
The only thing... Inverted pyramid... What is... Was there a creature involved or something? Like, that sounds something more of a sphinx than a... doesn't it?
No. These weren't any creatures seeking to talk with us. They only sought our deaths.
I'm terribly confused. She almost grabs me, and then she realized, oh.
I don't know if they were guardians or if you could consider them to be. I don't know. All of these religious connotations and innuendo. It's beyond me.
Dearest Shania, I am glad that you are well. I beseech thee, please find a place to start.
And Izado probably know that going into the black ways is like reserved to criminals, and they put a mark on your head, like for it to be visible, and they shave your head if the hair is bothering the mark, you know. Mm-hmm. And from reading the mark, if you can read the symbols, you can know if the person is a rapist or a murderer, or if the person is a lanterneer working there. And those two don't have the mark. That's strange.
How did you get in?
We were sequestered in, smuggled almost. But if our secret was revealed, it meant our deaths, basically. You know, this was no friendly jaunt, into a tavern. You know.
Did it have anything to do with this knowledge that you now have?
All I said up to now, it's about the scroll for Junta.
Yeah.
What does you know what the scroll means? Can we stop? What is the scroll?
I'd look at Shania.
There is more. Even more. You know, there's a holy being, I think, in the Cathedral of Light. That's the one I speak with.
A holy being.
And I stop And this is news to me as well. And I go, what? You never said anything about any holy being? And I kind of look at Izado, and then look back.
Like, would I know of a story of the Sandstone Prophet encountering a holy being? Wouldn't I just be familiar with teachings and proverbs?
What's your skill in theology or history? Do you
Pretty
have
good.
any one?
Yeah, let me...
I can check quickly. Okay, so basically you have
You've
theology
been holding out on me.
12.
12.
Since
In
we get out
theology.
of this, since we get
Yeah,
out of
roll
this place,
that.
then
All right.
I don't remember having time to speak with you about that.
I thought we told each other everything.
From my sick bed?
Holy Mother of Miracle! You're
She
doing
is wanting to
Wow.
become she is a teacher. I mean,
Yes,
Wow.
she's changed.
Wow.
this has been a very fruitful month.
This is like, wow! Your first roll, it's a critical success. What was the question again?
She wants to know of a story of any association with an inverted pyramid, a creature in the Sandstone Prophet.
Okay, so there is no mention of anything that the prophet could have encountered that is other than his own inner world, in his own inner mind or its internal consciousness. So the Calming Wind is not a religion about meeting extra-dimensional beings and creature of power. It's the opposite. It's to find the power within yourself. So with certitude, you can say that the prophet never talked about something like that.
Why would he be associated with that creature? With something in a cathedral of light? What
I don't know.
What did it tell you?
But maybe it was not him. Maybe it was more me. But I remember clearly the what was his name yet? No. He was bald with pointy ears. He was quite a good fellow. And I remember him telling me that he has met the prophet.
What
So I
did he
think-
say?
What did he say?
She's grasping at Lathan's arm. This is the hardest she's ever gripped anything in her life.
And I'm gripping her back and looking because this is the first I've heard of this as well.
She's ignoring the burning pains on her arms from Lathan grabbing on her burns. She's embracing the pain to hold herself back.
I asked about the Basilic Lullaby.
Oh.
There's many stuff I ask about. That I remember. I'm sorry for not being that straight. Maybe I should start with the scroll. Start back with the scroll instead of jumping to the Cathedral of Light. Okay, first, when we found the scroll, I had the utmost honor to open it and to be the first one to read it.
A privilege you've well earned, and preventing yourself not for helping protect it on its travel. My duty as a Sorbonne was merely to deliver.
I was glad to be able to open it because it was a really fragile artifact at the moment, and my technical in Logar library has shown me the way to reveal ink and paper that has been long gone, nearly decayed to a point of destroying itself.
At this point, a
So-
nail is in Lathan's hand.
Yes, yes, go on, go on.
And the scroll contained, if I remember well, it was a chapter.
Chapter.
Wait a moment. The parchment was made not by paper, but in animal skin of a sort, and a little satchel of herb was in it. I don't know where it's gone though. The Sandstone Prophet goes in the Black Ways to find the cathedral, and he has his moment of meditation in front of it, and Junda was with her.
Have you lost your notes or?
No, I have it in front of me. I just
Okay.
Dude.
I was just thinking a way of saying what I've seen there.
So the Junda was with the Sandstone Prophet during his pilgrimage in the Black Ways.
The nail gets out of him. She's a little bit comforted that she's still with the Sandstone Prophet, even though she's blind. So she's having like, is it good? Is it bad? What's happening?
What?
Please don't stop.
Oh, no problem. One of the questions Junda asked the prophet was to know if one day she will be able to cure the basilic lullaby. But he answered, "This is not a sickness, but the end. You can't cure what is not sickness. The salvation of the stone man is here, but you cannot find it."
Okay, I'm kind of standing up at this point, looking at her in amazement.
That's some pretty heavy stuff.
So you're saying that the stone man can't be saved?
Oh, they can.
In the light of more recent discovery.
But when we go in the Black Ways, I found the cathedral and I uncovered a way to maybe cure them, but it's complicated. And I think it's one of the points I wanted to speak with you about.
Yes.
Because it has to be a choosing between stonemas and magic. Oh, but I'm still jumping horses. Sorry. So that was on the scroll, and there is one page, I think, of recollection of light I found in it.
You probably have a transcript of that in your room. A full paragraph, a full chapter of the recollection of life. A previously unknown chapter. Fate intensifies.
The
I think,
chair she's sitting in is getting scratches.
I think there will be no problem for you to see it and get it.
Yes, of course.
Later, I'll go to my room to get it and bring it back to you if you want.
what was this you said about choosing stone men or magic?
When we travel to the Black Ways, I get the ways into the Black Ways secured by a certain trap office because of all the knowledge I have, and because I have my paper, and because I could find a way that the answers. So they trust me with that, and we get into the Black Ways by not the perfect way to go it. No little mark in the forehead or shaved. So I'm glad I still have my hair. And we travel there, and we find the inverted pyramid I had noticed the information about in the scroll. So when we get there, I remember touching the sigil. And after that, I remember being in a nice place, full of light, and with a being in front of me. And we speak for a moment, and he answered all my questions. He was really nice.
Yeah, I think
And
the creature was really trying to help you and to make
yes,
you stay as long as you like.
no problem with that. I did all I had to do.
As your life force was sucked out of you with each answer.
Yeah.
A death trap.
So he asked about if he had already met the Sandstone Prophet, and he said yes. I had also asked if he knew about the Basilic Lullaby, if there was a way to cure it, and he said that there is no sickness in it, but a curse.
Why would the Sandstone Prophet know of this and do nothing of it?
Good question.
I really want to see that chapter.
I should have thought about that question, but I was more into finding the way to why there is the Basilic Lullaby and how to save the Stoneman from it.
Yes,
And
by all means.
The Stoneman was cursed because they made a treachery upon, I think, their creator or something like that. I really have to.
Maybe Chennai didn't recover fully.
No.
Just saying.
I'm terribly sorry. I don't mean to push you. She unwraps some of the scratches that are at the bottom of that arm, I'm assuming is in the chair. And she places her hand out on the table next to her cold food and looks at your eyes. Okay, I think I've learned enough, but so you're telling me that there is an answer to saving Stone Men.
Yes.
You said we have to choose between magic and saving them.
Yeah, that's right.
So that means, knowing in the back of her mind, because she thinks very tactically, that means we have to remove the curse, but somehow that gets rid of magic.
There's already less magic than there was previously. I've read a bit, and Seren, who looked upon me while I was sick, told me that once upon a time there was magic and Anoren that was reliable and really trusty
More
and
present.
present and flourish and grandiose.
But
And now it's more wild, it's more dissipated, it have a complication. I think where we have to go to solve that mystery, we'll have to make this choice.
they're telling
I'm
me
not
that.
sure Yes?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm not sure I'm the right person to make this choice since I'm from Logar and not from here, and that's the fate of an entire race. While magic can be really important, but is it more important than the life of peoples? So that's why I would like to talk with you about.
Am I aware of this curse at all? Like,
This is new for you. There is no mention of the genesis of this curse, where it came from, why the stone men started to contract this disease. It's previously unknown.
Is that it's just the way it's always been? Is it that type of situation? They've
Yes.
always. Okay.
Yes, and it was always there for a medieval population. So there, and Chennai here says that there's something in the past that she accessed, and it's in relation with the disappearance of magic. So the magic could return, or you could save all the stonemen's.
magic is for those who revere the old gods, she thinks of herself. Not necessarily for those who wish to find a way on the inside. She was contemplating the dilemma, and that would be her answer.
There is no dilemma.
How would this... Oh, good. Whether or not I would still be able to heal, I don't know. Apparently,
Mr. Nye, it's me, Faun.
Excuse me a moment.
Can I enter, please?
Yes, you can come.
So,
Come on in.
a young, overexcited scholar apprentice come into your room, and he enter and quickly close the door and take a chair and try to stab the chair into the knock of the door, and now he's doing like back and forth on his plays. He's writing. He's walking right and left, like nervous.
Calm you down. What's happening?
I can't. Oh, Mr. Nye. Oh, Mr. Nye. Oh, Mr. Nye. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
What?
I'm so. I cannot be more sorry than this. But you have to do your luggage. You have to leave.
What?
You have to leave right now. I conjure you, please.
Okay.
He wants.
Why?
He wants to kill you.
Slow down there, my friend. And I kind of.
Who wants to kill me?
I step in front of the door.
I cannot slow down. I cannot. It's been a big day. I saw her naked. It's been a crazy day.
Who wants to kill who now?
The headmaster, Tetrapophis. He's one of them. He wants to kill you.
He's one of who?
One of who?
It's hard to explain. Maybe
Words that help.
he goes to your windows and he open your window.
Just to be sure we're in my room, that is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, all your stuff is in the room. So you go to your window, you open it, you look into the dark, you peek into the darkness, and suddenly you see an arm of a man, like just taking the side of the window, and you do like a girly scream, like, and there is this man coming inside your window and climbing, like climbing into your room from the window. He's I'm gonna show you an image.
Obviously, we don't recognize him.
No, you've never seen this guy before.
Just to point out, I thought we was in the kitchen, so if we were in my room, I would probably have get out the scroll and get it nearby to show it to Izado as soon as I had finished my
the transcript
super
or
story.
the transcript
No.
or the physical
The transcript.
scroll? Okay, the transcript.
No,
Okay.
the transcript.
Okay, so just to make it clear, Izado have in her possession the new chapter, the unknown chapter of the... Yes! We can see a victory face right there. Yes, it was all in your room. Sorry if I didn't make that clear. So you see this man.
Oh boy.
Coming into your room. I'll try to zoom a little bit. There you go. So now this strange person is standing in your room. In contrast with all the scholarly material around you, there is this guy who looked like a fighter of sort, maybe a rogue, maybe some kind of mercenary. Dirty is the word.
Okay.
He's dusty and all dirty. You have a smell too. So what are you doing?
I will probably back off and see if I can put stuff between me and the man, for I'm no fighter.
Okay, he do a little thing with his hand, like you don't need to. And then he goes onto his knees in submission.
To who?
He seems to be pointing his head toward Izado, and he just fall on his knees and like in prostration or like praying or something.
I smile, a wry smile, and say, "My lady, it looks like we have a benefactor here."
Right.
My name is Hassan.
Are you okay?
I am very well.
Sure sounds pleasant.
I am no lizard man. I have problem with truth.
You have problem with truth?
Throat, the neck.
Yes. What is it that you require of me?
I'm here to help you.
While they are speaking, I will just put some of my dress in my bag and start clothing myself up like if I'm on the way to run about.
And Parn is helping you, like, quickly, miss, quickly! And he grab random shit around you and he place it into a bag. He's sweating his life over here. In contrast, the other guy is really like a rock. He's just on the ground.
It's gonna be She flips up her hood because now she's at a standstill again because here's someone in a condition before her. She's not sure what she would do or what she should do if there's time. She's gonna lay a hand on on his neck and try to heal him.
You just push your hands slightly and gently away.
Do you not wish?
What can be done for me has already been done by you. And he removes his hood, and you can see the face of a undead person.
I
That has
wield
now-
the fork like a weapon.
You have seen this face before in an oasis.
She two
That guy.
I owe my life to you. And
bits of
I don't know who I am. So I'm here to pledge myself to your service. You have gave me life again. I am Hassan. That is my name.
Does it look like there actually is? Well, he looks like a decayed person, right? A body, right? Visually.
He look like he has healed a little bit from the
Oh.
state that he was before.
Okay. Just a little bit, though, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
like he was healing back from it.
I
But
don't
you have
know.
heavy scars and you have heavy white eyes, and it doesn't smell very good. But you have an intelligence discussion with you, and that's extraordinary.
Okay.
tears stream down her face. She lifts him up and then wraps her wings around his shoulder. She's crying because all all of her doubt is now pouring out of her eyes. All of her questioning of the path she's been on is is seeping from her. Because here before her is proof, and here is something that may or may not have validated her teaching. She takes it, and despite Lathan's obvious concerns, she wraps her arms around him.
Yeah,
And
I tried to interject, but you were just too fast for me, and I'm just standing there watching, expecting the worst, but go ahead.
are you all right? She whispers.
I am alright now.
If he's hungry, there's still pork on here.
I don't need to eat anymore.
Okay.
Oh, May. Why
It's
have you?
been very hard to find you.
Why have you found me now? Why at this time?
I will never leave you anymore. Your friend is in danger.
Which one?
Which amongst you is called Chennai?
Me.
There is somebody here who wants to kill you.
What have
Do
I
you have a
done?
place for us to go?
I have very good ears. I hear very far away.
What
And
are they
I've heard,
saying now?
I've heard this man, a conversation he had with a winged woman, a beautiful one. I can describe conversation word by word if you want.
Just provide a summary.
What is summary?
Okay then. Just tell me the gist of it. Tell me what's going on. Generally.
Okay, I will try. The girl said to the old man, "It seems that for the first time in 20 years, these three have survived the Black Ways and made it through." The old man responds, "I worry not. I've helped them enter the Black Ways illegally, and they don't bear the mark on their forehead. Still, I will make them enemies of the Stone Throne. Thank you for warning me." Then women said, "It's a pleasure. I hope this will help repay some of my debt to the Severian dynasty." Old man said, "Of course."
That word rings with hisses in the back of her mind of a voice coming out of a man wearing a mask. She remembers the huge figure at the end of her bow, and she remembers the glory of the Severian dynasty, the words whispering, hissing in the end of her ears, the evil, like smoke perforating out of those words. Her tears dry up rather quickly. She holds fast her falchion next to her. When do we leave?
These
I'm almost
words,
ready.
these words means nothing to me. I hope I am useful.
Very.
Maybe Pound can told us more.
Well,
Pound.
Parn is like, you see, he's confirming everything I was telling you. I was telling you the truth. You must go. If our master, if our leader, the leader of the Overwatch is a Severian dynasty, is an enemy of the Queen, and he can make you an enemy of Anoren. He can. Do you understand?
But why? If I'm looking to help the Stoneman, why did the Severian dynasty try to do anything against me?
I don't know. I have no clue.
I just sit on the chair and I start thinking, bewildered.
Well, you have an advantage. He doesn't know yet that you know.
Lathan,
I think we can go.
Yes.
you have that look on your face. It's the same look on your face when you realize what we had to do to get out of the mercenary bands we had to avoid. It's the same look on your face I see whenever you're making a good trade deal. What are you thinking?
It appears as though you know me better than even maybe myself. I sit down in the chair with a thump, even though I know that my limbs need to be spry and fast at this moment, but I kind of feel like just all of the energy has been pulled out of me. And I kind of just look at the remnants of the meal that's on the table there, and how it once was a beautiful, attractive, scrumptious thing, and now it looks like chaos and a mess. Almost just like the situation that I'm in now has become just a garbled mess. And now, once again, I have to pick through the bones of it and try to recover, something worthy out of this mess. And I sit there and then I say, I've been approached by stonemen. In all actuality, is he the son or the nephew? Melkeem is
He was the nephew.
The nephew, yes, okay. The nephew of the stone man, Shanai, the one who, and you guys, both of you would actually know that he's the stone man that died there almost in all of our arms as we stood around him that fateful night. His nephew, he wants the scroll, and he promised me that if I didn't obtain it for him, that he would do something horrible to my sister specifically. Whether or not he can do this or not, make true his promise, I don't know. But I didn't think I could take the chance on finding out the hard way. And here I sit, still trying to find a way to remain loyal to my newfound friends that I have, against all my best wishes, grown fond of in these days and days and days, but yet somehow be able to protect my family. And then I kind of look up and spread my hands, and I look at both of them and say, now you see the conundrum that I appear to be in.
So, who is this boy, by the way? Pointing.
Me, Parn.
Parn.
Oh, I'm a nobody. Well, actually, I'm the son of a wealthy merchant, but I'm too much trouble for him, and he sent me here. I'm too much knowledgeable. I read a book and I learn everything in it, and I don't know. I was a scholar when I was a kid, so, but I'm still not. I'm hoping. Well, I was hoping before tonight to become one of the Overwatch scholar, and now I'm not sure I want to work with the enemy. And
could you do me a favor?
Yes.
Could you get us a ride out of here? Or at least ensure that there would be horses waiting for us. You are the son of a merchant, aren't you?
Yes, yes. You want me to help you out of here?
Just in case.
I can do that. Yes, of course. I would do anything for Miss Chennai. She's been an inspiration to me.
Very well.
And I can honestly say that I know her more intimately now than I knew her before, and we have this bond now, and yes, I would do that and betray the Overwatch. Yeah, no problem, no problem.
She looks at Chennai. Are you with child?
Wait, what?
Are you?
Am I with what?
I never. I didn't saw any signs of it. He means, are you pregnant?
Is she what?
No?
That was Izado was asking you.
What?
Well,
Why?
It seems strange that he is so willing to betray everything that he hoped for.
No, she's. I'm too younger. I'm too much young.
Yes, you are.
I didn't mean like that. I just meant...
I don't understand why you're asking me that. I'm not pregnant.
I meant no offense. Merely asking because there always seems to be something more when someone's willing to give up something so dear. A child is often is often a motivation for protecting.
Well, everything changed when I encountered this smelly hobo in the street today, and he told me all about the headmaster, and I went to his office just to talk to him, and when I saw the mask on his desk, I knew it was
What mask?
it was the truth.
What
the
mask?
It's a very dangerous artifact.
Yes.
It's a mask that was brought by some wild witch at some point.
I would mind your tongue.
Oh, this one.
Well, about what?
About my friend.
What friend? The witch?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't mean no disrespect, but those who control magic or pretend to control magic are kind of dangerous people.
Yes. Also the sweetest.
While they're
Yes,
talking,
she's
I'm
really
walking over to the Mr. X zombie and kind of like sizing him with my eye, my mercantile eye, kind of
Yes.
looking to see how able he appears to be, because there is a plan working in my mind.
If you didn't knew that he was alive, you could very well take him for an object. He doesn't seem to breathe. He doesn't seem to have a pulse. And if he just looked at Isado's feet and he don't blink. He's immobile. He's in no movement from him.
But even so, I seem to like detect like almost an aura of power about him. He seems still to be, there seems to still be a strength about him, I think.
Yeah, maybe.
She looks back. I'm terribly sorry. She's trying to fix her conundrum with Chennai. Although, thankfully, Chennai is a very happy person and wasn't to take any direct insult.
There's no insult there.
Her bashfulness comes into play, and her hood is dipped a little bit further down over her eyes. So let me get this straight. The mask, which is in the hands of someone. She looks at the mask. She's like, the same words. It's either the mask or the man, or it could be both, she whispers. And then she looks, okay, so you're saying his nephew wants it at the threat of your sister.
The scroll.
The scroll.
Mm-hmm. But I think I may have found a way to solve that problem. And I kind of poke him in the shoulder just to see how solid he feels.
Okay. Let me have a look. He feels very solid. And as you poke him, he just look at you, like slowly.
Yes, indeed. I definitely, yes, he may do nicely.
What is it that you're thinking with that forlorn smile you wear?
This acolyte of yours may be able to solve my problem with the stone man.
So we have to solve a problem with the stone man in order to solve the stone man's problems.
I turn and walk back over to you, and I say, Izado, and I was going to put my arm around your shoulders, but your wings kind of are kind of awkward, so I stop and I pat you on your shoulder, and I say, picture this, if you don't mind. You're a stone man, and you've had to deal with this affliction for generations upon generations upon generations. Then, all of a sudden one day, someone comes to you and says, I have the solution to your problem. Either A, I remove the curse that is upon your people, or B, all magic is removed from the world. Now you tell me honestly, does this sound like the mutterings of a sane person to you, or of a madman?
More of a madman.
Exactly. So then this madman that has come before this stone man and has proclaimed this prophecy or this revelation of such looks down as the dagger is in between his ribs and he falls to the ground, dying. That's the reaction you're going to get from the stone man. So there's only one thing to do. And then I look back at the gentleman over by the window.
Very sound.
What is it that you're trying to imply?
I say I think with his help, he can pretty much remove my stone man problem. And I kind of shrug.
Are you suggesting the loss of life?
It may not need to come to that, and hopefully it won't. It just may, he may be able to add weight to my words. You must admit yourself, only some people, well, there are some things some people respect more than others. And I kind of look down at the, you said you will, the scimitar?
Falchion.
Falchion, I'm sorry. Falchion. And I kind of look at the falchion and then look back up at you.
Her falchion looks very unique.
Yeah.
Like having an aura of its own.
Mm-hmm. Very unique, but yet very effective, I can imagine.
Probably.
It's not for show, yeah. And I sit down wearily and I say, you know, this isn't something that I think lightly upon, but, you know, it's the weight of friends and family. And then I put my hands together and I say they're becoming more and more the same. So how can I be forced to choose between them? And he's forcing me to choose.
I'm just trying to figure out why he particularly wants the scroll back, and why the Savarian Empire might want the stone man to continue to rot, or not.
I think it's my cue to say, it's time to go back to my journey. If you want to accompany me.
Then I only have another day before I must give him his answer.
Before you what?
Before I either hand him the scroll or I tell him that he can go kiss a camel.
And I don't know much time I have before you send somebody to kill me. So I hope you'll find a way to help your sister. But I really think I'm gonna be on my way to solve the problem.
What problem? What are you talking about? What problem? There is a problem?
There's always problem, Bar.
No, the biggest problem here is your life. You must get away. Go on a boat. Return to Logar.
I don't go to Logar.
Let this madness behind you, miss.
You know, sometimes wellness is like an ocean that you can drop more than one stone into. Sometimes.
You want it?
Sometimes.
Are you citing the Recollection of Life? Chapter 4?
Something like that. There is more than one way to do something. Perhaps we can extract information. Who would know better than their own affliction than the stone man themselves, much less the person who is the relative of the one who gave us the thing that let us learn about it in the first place.
I see.
You want to confront him?
What if we can solve both problems with one swing?
I'm listening.
Well, with my friend, do you think you could pass as a stone man?
anything
Kenny?
is possible.
Hmm. What if we agree to a negotiation and instead reveal that we have healed someone?
Smile creeps over my face, kind of
See-
lights up. Nice,
Although
very
we'll
nice.
need your persuasive abilities. When he comes to examine, of course, because he'll have to, we'll need to, of course, have his sister come out in front, your sister come out in front as well. When we do, we'll have him, because I'm sure that we'll have him either bound or otherwise. Maybe we'll have him pretend he's sick. That would be better. Not thinking that he is well, he'll have his guard down. Then instead of spilling, well, not spilling in this case because it is a stone man, instead of cracking upon the ground, ruining the earth more than it already is, we'll simply overpower and take what we can after we've extracted possibly the information we need.
The only possible,
Can your sister hold a sword?
well, I assume, it is my assumption that she's not here, although I don't know for sure. You know?
She's probably away.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you're traveling people, you know.
Hmm.
Do you think
She's
he would...
probably
So she's not captured?
Well, he may have someone watching her, is what I fear. That's my assumption.
Hmm.
So I would need to, the only thing I guess that would comfort me is to have his word that no harm would come to her. That is all I can go by.
What if we had him? How important do you think he would be, just as he pulled your arm? What if we could pull their arms?
That is usually a universal means of getting and holding onto someone's attention, yes.
So what if we do that, but instead, again, without the taking of life, we can refashion and repurpose our force into something a little bit more useful. We overpower him with the flaunt and the guise of having a cure. And once we have him, we hold him to the group in exchange for the life of your sister, or the protection or the surety of the protection of your sister. And maybe then we could also get the information we need.
I try to kind of conceal the smile that comes across my face, and I'm not very successful at it. And I say, "My lady, I had no idea." Okay, and I nod while I'm thinking about this.
She looks down at her arms, and the flashback of war in her mind of the attack on her village, and the efficiency with which she swung the falchion, the tactical mind with which she deciphered the situation, even everything to her a chess game, everything to her a thing that she could reason through. War has come naturally to me, and that is the thing that I hated most about myself. But as my teachings have taught me, and learning in the way, in order to be at peace, one must make good use of what was bad. Do you remember my temple? Not my temple, the temple with which that was built. It was a useless mine, worn away by the shore itself. It was repurposed. My vice can be just as that. What was once a thing for killing, she pulls out her falchion. Do you know what the name of this blade is?
No, I do not.
Erim Korivar, the defender. What is meant for force can also defend. What can chip away can also carve. Even water withers away the shore, yet it gives life. We can make that which is bad and make it good. Even these tactics. Even my vice of war. The most confident she's ever spoken.
Yes!
Before you.
Bravo!
She instantly hides back in her hoodie.
That also makes me think that possibly my actions may also be somehow redeemed, possibly in the future, and that the somewhat dubious skills that I possess may also possibly be used for something good in the future, you know? But that being said, what do we do about our friend here? And I point towards Chennai. Her life is in danger. Do we sequester her away, hide her somewhere?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll go my way to find the expense.
Find the expense.
You can't leave without us.
Why? You seem to have some plan done.
We are here to help you in your endeavor. It is from stone men that we're trying to gather the information, is it not?
Why getting information from these Tolmans? I know
We're
where
here
I
to try
have
to
to
solve-
go.
You do?
Yeah, of course. I know where to go. I just don't know what will be asked of me for choosing between the two of the answer I give you. But I know where I have to go.
Where you have to go. Would it not be better if we had an army of stone men behind us to help us there?
Don't know. Not sure if you go somewhere where someone think has been betrayed by see them coming. I don't think they will really be inclined to help us save them.
Miss Chennai, you're talking about an expenses. What is that?
It's a place somewhere.
Well, it's not in Anoren. I know Anoren by heart. I know the south, the north, a little bit of the north, but you get the picture. I know a bit about the geography of the place, and there is no expense. What are you talking about?
Parn, let me tell you, I think actually you should go get horses.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes.
Thanks.
So you don't know where the thing is.
I hush Pan on his way to get the horses before
Yes.
continuing speaking with them.
All right. I will wait in 20 minutes on the outside. I was trying to have horses or camels. Will camel do? I may not have the right to pick. You know, it's not me to decide. Oh well.
We'll do with camels.
All
Go on
right.
then.
And you just leave your room, making as little noise as you can, closing the door behind him. Oh my lord!
She looks at Shania. So you're telling me you don't know where the place you need to go is?
We need to go to the ruin of Katosh in the Kovari expense. I should not tell them in front of the kid, for he's already in between willing to betray his master for us. So I'm sorry for not being forward before that, but that's where we have to go.
I look back at Lathan. You've rubbed off on her.
I shake my head. That's all I do. I just shake my head. outfox
You
the fox.
make
Maybe
people
we should
better.
make some provision. I take a piece of cloth and I start pulling fruits in it.
Yeah.
A few rations for the trip from the plate. There's still plenty.
Surely these couple of dates will get you to the ruins of Katash.
So we know where the ruins of Katash are.
It's the first time you ever heard of such a place. It doesn't have an Anoren sound to it.
But you know where this is?
Well, it's Chennai, you know.
Ash might have had to look in a book.
You said it yourself that it is not your place to decide.
About the choice, yes.
All right.
But it's my place to choose if I make the trip to there.
That is. Would you not like someone who is from Anoren to make a choice? Would it not be fair to have a stone men who are the ones who are affected also be there to make that choice?
One maybe, but not many.
All right. Well, we go to acquire a stone man.
Okay, no problem with that.
All right. So
But
this is just a pit stop there. It is but a day's travel.
You also have to understand that Stoneman will probably choose Stoneman instead of magic.
Possibly.
Isn't it the logic choice?
Is it also not logical to know all sides? You cannot map out a mountain by just going along one side of it.
Of course.
You look in all kinds of books. You read through an entire library. Surely you must know the importance of having multiple sources.
Of course. You have to cross-reference everything you think can be true before telling their truth.
Don't think of him as making a decision. Think of him merely as a cross-reference.
Okay, fine. We can do that.
Put everything in book terms. That's what it works.
Stuck between a philosopher and...
I know that you are bad for me. I know I shouldn't. But I must. I must speak to you. I must do it. I must share your knowledge. I must join with you.
Okay. As long as those knives are not for my back, I'm all right with that.
I am not talking to you, little girl.
Oh, okay.
I am just saying what I'm hearing in the office above.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to continue?
Please do.
He's walking toward an object. I think it's a mask.
I think we need to leave immediately.
Okay.
He is far away. We can go now and never cross him.
I agree. Let's do just that. There are horses waiting for us.
I'll meet outside. And your friend here just throw himself out the window like in a random motion, like like a mannequin.
An angel of death with an undead mannequin.
And you hear a flat sound several seconds later, like.
I'm not going out there this way.
Well,
Of course.
Izado can, but you guys would have to be pretty good climbers to.
Oh, lead the way. You know this better than I do.
All right then.
All right.
How many bags do you want to pack? How many bags do you want to carry in the corridors?
1.
One. All right.
Less
Alright.
clothes, more books, food.
How about this book over here that you didn't have time to read properly? Or this one, or this one, or this one. Tell you what, roll a self-control roll on curiosity, on curiousness.
You know you saw that coming.
I knew it was coming.
Okay. 9 or less.
Yep.
Fail.
Fail. Okay, so you have a pile of books.
I roll a
like this.
12.
Oh.
You have like at least 20 books you really want to bring with you. It's like you cannot go without them.
What are you doing?
And,
Come on.
And as you pile your book, you remember that as an official of Logar, you have certain responsibility towards your nation, toward the White Library. By staying in the Overwatch and doing some correspondence, you will kind of miss correspondence if you stop writing letters and using the archive. All kinds of administrative problem could arise in the next few weeks if you don't stay in the Overwatch. But it was your duty,
I can send the letters by pigeon or something like that. I'll
Yes.
surely find a way to send my next report another way. And since
There
it's
is
knowledge we're seeking, it's all right.
to do it the proper administrative way, to do it properly, to do it in the name of your nation. You would have
Buy the
to
book.
sign a document to signify that you are leaving the Overwatch. Just
Of course,
officially.
no problem with
Just
that.
officially. Because if you are attacked by bandit outside and killed, the master will be responsible for your death. So you have to sign this paper. It's your duty. It's on your character sheet as a DSADS, right? And
I will do so.
Yeah, it just came up.
I will do so. Is it the paper I wrote and I leave when I...
No. This
It's a,
paper must
like-
be written down by the headmaster himself and signed by him.
In the
A
morning?
quick visit to the office of Mr. Tetrap office right now could do just fine with that. With your pile of 20 books and bag, and you're already in heavy encumbrance.
What do you think? What did you stop for? What are you thinking about? And I kind of nudge her towards the door. What?
I think I'll make a self-control on this one too.
On this one, what's self-control?
For the duty, there's a self-control too.
The duty, you don't have a self-control number on this. This is a problem that came up because of other reasons.
I have one.
You have the choice. You can choose to not fulfill your duty and receive consequences. It's a pure choice. You don't have self-control number over this. It's like a soldier saying no to an order. His duty is to say yes, but in this specific situation, he will say no. so the soldier will have consequences. Seems to you. A good thing you're far away from the White Library. It may take a while, but maybe someday.
I'll go to Siren since he's in the same floor as I am.
Yep.
I don't know if I know his room.
Yes. Yes.
I hope so. Yeah. I'll go see him and I'll... To my companion, one moment please, I'll just go next door and I'll be back in a moment. So I go to Siren and I...
Do you leave your books or do you carry them around?
I give them to Leighton. Hold me that, please.
Okay, you receive like 50 pounds of book, like, oh, shit. And you go and knock on Serun's door. So it takes a while, and after a while, he opened the door, and you can see that the man was maybe asleep or in bed. So he scratches his eyes and say, "Yes, Miss Chennai."
Yeah, sorry to intrude. I'm kind of in a hurry, and I don't want to disturb certain type of fish.
It is the beginning
I have
of the
to
night.
leave.
A hurry, leave?
Yes.
What are you talking about? Go slowly, girl. I'm not as young as you.
It's kind of complicated, but I find a new information about the quest I'm on, and I have to leave for... I don't know for how long it will stay where it is. So I have not the time to go to all the procedure to warn certain troop office about my my leave.
Okay.
I would like to let you a note about that, if it's all right, so you don't. So the Overwatch not responsible anymore for me being here.
You could maybe sign a paper and like leaving your rights of visitor as a visitor and just sign the paper. I believe it would be okay.
So it's been done down in the entrance, or do you have just a piece of paper so I write that I'm leaving?
He asked you to enter his room.
I do so.
And he explained to you in a clear fashion like how to draft such a document that you can make right here. And he seems very able in administration terms. So you could just sign. In the end, 10 minutes later, he just said, "Yeah, sign here," and I'll give it to Mr. Tetrapophis, to our master tomorrow.
Thank you very much. I'll be on my way. I hope to see you soon again.
I hope to see you too, and I hope that your travels will be merryful and plenty of occasions.
Answers.
Exploration.
Thanks
luck.
again, and sorry for... Thank you. So I go back to my room where my companion are still in the loss about my my leave of 10 minutes.
Yes.
I'm just helping. You see me helping Lathan get some of these books down on the floor. This pile that you just laid on him.
All right. What are you guys doing?
Can we leave?
Yes, we can. So basically, you just you go down. You cross the entrance hall. You ask to leave because there is guards, sentries at the door. They open the door for you, and you go outside. And outside there is there is two horses actually. waiting for you
Nice.
outside. And you see Parn with here, and you see that he have a hood on his head, and he have a bag with him.
Do you really think you're coming with us?
Yes.
Don't worry, he's ready.
Okay, take these
Stay
books.
with me.
So,
I give him some of my books.
so we take books. And, oh yes, this one is precious. Oh yes, I haven't read that one. Oh yes, and he put the bags on the first horse, and he take the first horse and as his, and he just go with you, and he give you the other horse. I hope you don't mind, but it's kind of an aspiration of mine, a dream of mine to go on an adventure and learn the real life in the real world, and to know ancient story and to discover new things. I hope it's okay.
That's two now that I have to worry about.
Yeah, he's like a younger version of Chennai.
So where is my fleshling? Where is
You see him get
That
out of
sounds
a
creepy.
bush with twigs and leaves into him, and you walk towards you. You have the impression that his ankle is dislocated, or but he snap it back. You hear a crack, a cracking noise, and he start to walk normally again. So you are, you just leave, and the Overwatch is now 15 minutes behind you, and you're inside the metropolis. You're inside Karalhi, and there is very slim chance that if anybody would follow you or find you at this point. So what are you doing now?
I think I need. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Chennai.
For my part, I'm more into trying to locate Nicovari expense.
Okay.
To know if we have to go south, north, east, west.
You probably will have to study a little bit just to plan a course, since it's unknown territory. You will need to plan a journey. You will have to plan precisely what you're going to do and how much will cost food, and do you need to hire caravan or guards, or you will need to do all kinds of planning. You know, if you quit just today, well, it may spell disaster. It was not like you came to Anoren on a boat, all pre-planned, and people have done this for you, but now it's from your own. Leiden is good. Leiden is good to organize caravans and plan these kind of things, and you kind of need it a little bit, just a little bit.
It will take money.
I'll leave him make the planification, but I'll try to just find a way where to go.
And it's not like it's a short-term goal, you know. Discover back the ruins of Katash. It's like unheard of. It's not, you're not going to find it like tomorrow.
Why not?
But if you discover it, what a discovery! That on a resume will be badass.
Yeah.
I turn to Lathan. What was your means of contacting a meeting with your adversary?
I have an associate here who's keeping an eye on them, and basically when I'm ready to make the exchange of the item, that, you know, they're ready as soon as I am, basically. You know, it's not a long drawn out procedure at all.
Do you mind? We need a day for planning anyway. Would you mind feeding your contact the information that in exchange of which he may investigate himself, that when combined with the Sorbonne, we found that the book contains the cure,
The
or
scrolls?
the ability to reverse the scrolls. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, the scrolls contain the ability to reverse the basilisk's lullaby.
And we
For
want
a
to.
moment, I thought. For a moment, I thought you will ask me for a copy of the page of the recollection of life I just give you.
Oh, it wasn't permanent? She hands you back the... Yeah, copy,
No,
please.
no, no. It's okay. No. But if they want what was in the scroll, that it is, I can make a copy, so they will have one.
I suppose it's worth a try. I may be able to convince them, but
From
Depend of the.
you all, yeah, you are right on one point.
mhm.
If you bring to the market, let's say market here with the air quotes, if you bring to the market a new chapter of the recollection of life, an authentic chapter, this will bring some dough. That's for sure. That is for sure. And one day is plenty to make a copy of it.
Make a copy, is it? Okay.
How exact of a copy can you make?
How many
What?
copy?
How
Well,
exact?
are we talking about a copy or a forgery? It's two different things.
I thought we were trying to convince the others because it's the scroll he wants. So send him a copy instead of the real
Yeah.
thing. Or do we really need the real thing now that we have a copy?
Yeah, he probably could just sell the copy to a very high price.
Well,
In fact, Izado, you know exactly the people who would pay good money for this because it's your jam, it's your business. The temple you were at this past month is full of Sorban who would pay large sum of money to have access to a new chapter.
I don't know if these fellows would accept a copy as opposed to the original. I'm not sure. That's
Anyway,
the
he
problem.
could not have the original. That's totally impossible. If I get it out of where it is in the Overwatch, it will probably break before we get it out. Get into dust or something like that.
But okay, so then maybe that's the leverage I need then. The only choice they have is a copy because the original wouldn't survive anyway, right?
If you're fine with giving a copy of the first in Century Discover new chapter of Recollection of Life, yes, I can do it.
How long would it make to make 2 copies?
Well,
Probably one by day.
we have a Sorban here. We have a librarian here. You could make 2 copies of it if you start working right now and take a lot of teas.
So what do you say this?
As soon as you want it.
That means that-
You direct me.
That means
We
that
can have
tomorrow
2.
you could have 3 copies of the document, ready to
I think-
spread the good words.
I point to her and I say, but we still need that stone man. One for us, one to collect a stone man, one to sell so that other Sorbonne may know.
So that will have to be part of our arrangement with the Stoneman then, is that we give him the copy, but they must accompany us?
No, I was suggesting that we kidnap him.
Okay.
She looks at you
I'm
with
not-
the dead.
I'm not used into kidnapping people.
Oh, me neither.
We could always ask nicely first.
Yeah. If you give him the scroll and ask him to come along, once he sell it, I think he
Would
will.
he really be that good to his word? He is threatening your sister.
I don't. Even though his methods may be crude, I don't think he is without honor. It's just, or rather, let me rephrase that. I don't think that he is no one to break his word, but his methods are crude. If he gives me his word, I think I would believe him. I'll put it like that.
So, the only reason why I suggested that was because he would be more leveraged than the scroll would be. Considering he was important enough to threaten your sister. She remembers back to directing the patrols in the nearby town outside of her temple. That's how she made her money, was helping organize, not militia, but police things. She bows actually to you, and she spreads her wings and says, "I apologize for my haste. It appears my vice runs thicker than even I know."
These times and these situations sometimes bring out, scars that we thought were healed. And I kind of shrug and say, do not let it weigh heavy on your heart or your mind.
So we need to find a place to do the copies. Is there any way where we can do that? For I'm not really an outside Overwatch person. Last time I smelled goat and I finished in the black ways.
Was there... there was most likely a place of meditation in my travels. Surely there's at least one more quiet place.
Yes. And the temples of the calming wind are always open for everyone. It's their thing.
Let's go to... I'm sure they would be more than willing to allow us to sell them a copy.
Well, in the middle of the night, you guys are arriving at the temple, and we see Chennai and Izado, brand new paper placed on the table, ink, feather, pen, and the two of them start to recite the new chapter and start to scribble it and not translate it, but write it down. Both Izado and Chennai have a writing skill. I'm going to ask you to roll against your writing just to see the quality of your writing and if the text is faithfully transcribed and all that. Just by and since you're not rushed, there is no one running to hurt you, and you're in a peaceful place. I'm going to give you +4 to your skill, actually, since you're not in a rush and you just have to. As I know, you could do it in 3 days. You're not rushed. So you rolled a 7.
7 under 16.
That's super huge. And the numbers are so small.
That would be 14.
14. Okay. Guessing it's okay. But probably Izado's copy will worth a little bit more.
On 17.
On 17, so you have it by
3.
3? Okay. And Izado had it by
11. Or 9.
11.
Sorry. 9.
9. Okay, so there is, of course, Anoren
My
maybe.
accent.
Yeah, it's not your native language. So Izado's copy is of better quality, and it's evident. You look at it, and you clearly it will worth more on the market. But the information is correct on your version, Chennai. But it's just she have a hand to write Anoren better. Okay, so basically you didn't slip much that night, but you produced 2 more copies of the new chapter. So do you intend to organize a meeting with your friend Melkim?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'll actually take Ricky with me for what good it would do. Maybe he'll just be a witness in case something happens.
I'm guessing Elia and Ishtan will be nearby.
Yeah, I've already kind of got them under my wing, so to speak, so I may as well utilize them as well.
And you will probably have a signal like this
Yeah.
to give the word if something has to go down.
Tug at my goatee or something, yeah.
Okay.
So
where do you want to meet those guys?
Probably. I would say that they may as well meet me again. Well, you know what? I think I also will maybe, if it's possible. Wow. I don't know if it will be I know it will be to my advantage. You know, I really would like Izado to be there as well, because even for just her presence being there may add a lot of weight to whatever words you know, go back and forth.
Excellent. And where
Sorry,
Izado
sorry, man.
and where Izado's go, there is a shadow behind her.
Yeah.
Ready to jump and protect her anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And so what I'll do is that I'll have Ricky kind of stay with the sailors, because he'll definitely be able to recognize my signal, you know, without a doubt. Okay. And of course, on the way there, I'll kind of I'll explain all of this to Izado and let her know, you know, kind of who we're dealing with, and that I also had to resort to the hiring of 2 mercenaries because I didn't know what would happen, you know, and that I still retain their services for the time being. So because this could go south, very, you know, it's possible. It could be bad.
So in a typical Mission Impossible setup, you guys are spread a little bit. Let's say in an open street.
Well, yeah. Let's be closer to the to maybe the docks. You know,
great idea.
Just so we can have the water and the birds and the sea, yeah, behind it.
All right. So these 2 guys, 2 stoneman soldiers, men of the desert, finally shows up, and you can see Melkim looking at you, and they comes no fuss. They go straight to you, and again he's crossing his arm like that. It's I heard that you had some good news for me.
At that, I raise an eyebrow and say, "You heard? What have you heard?"
There's been a word.
Okay, that's not.
You wanted to see me, right?
Yes, I do.
So I presuppose that it's a good news.
Possibly, my friend, possibly, but I think so. I think it's definitely something that you will be tempted to mull over in that sharp mind of yours and consider. I say, based upon the events that have unfolded recently, it's come into my possession one way or the other. The scroll that you wanted. Okay, and I kind of look to see if I can read his reaction, if anything at all. Is he surprised? Is he?
He make a step to make his face a little bit closer to yours, and
Okay.
he seems to look for traces of stress, and he observe you.
Mm-hmm.
He try to read you
Okay.
for any signs of
Bluffing.
treachery or.
Okay.
He's a straight serious guy, you know.
After a moment or two, I continue. I tell him, I say, my friend, be aware, if you're not already, that you have caused me many a sleepless night of discomfort and torture. But regardless of all that, realize that the path that you take could indeed be a treacherous one in more than one way or the other. And the fact that you threaten my family, namely my sister, has only caused me to rely upon myself, but even more so, those that I call friends. And I gesture over to Izado and kind of hold my hand out for the scroll.
So you are saying to me that this small piece of paper is the scroll that we delivered to you in Okafis.
I say, in one way or the other, I wasn't able to obtain the exact scroll because I was told that it was so delicate that to expose it to the air and to the elements of this city would cause it just to crumble and deteriorate and be no more. And what good would that do, you or I?
When you say that, you saw that Melkim just stopped his brother from hitting you, like
Oh,
just
wow.
with a quick move.
Mm-hmm.
Said, wait. So the scroll was useless, basically.
I say no, it wasn't useless at all. I say what I hold in my hand here is the information contained in the original scroll. An almost perfect copy.
So I'm going to say what I'm about to roll in secret here.
Okay.
So I'm about to roll an ultimate reaction check.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, being a shady merchant, you know,
My reputation precedes me.
Yeah, I'm gonna use your shady merchant -1, but
Mm-hmm.
you are also a charismatic guy, so +2 on that, and also you very much think alike these guys because of your cultural adaptability. So for a grand total of +3.
Boy, okay.
So I'm gonna roll this. So he pondered a little bit in his head, but not for long. This guy have his plan, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He have contingency for everything.
Yeah.
So he slowly try to take the document.
Okay.
And if you let it go, he will just place it in his robe.
Okay.
And he will, and he does a bow to you.
He does
bow down a little bit.
Oh, he does. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
I
wasn't sure that a man of your stature could deliver, but you did, and for that, my tribe will thank you.
Okay. I hold my hand up and I say, but wait, there's more. I say, by taking this scroll, you also agree to put the weight of the destiny, the potential destiny of your tribe on your shoulders. You, on your shoulders. And then I wave Chennai over. I mean, Izado over to me, I'm sorry.
What do you mean? This is
That's
a
the word.
religious text.
Exactly. And being that I'm not the most well-versed in fate and religion and gods, I say, please take a moment and listen to what my friend has to say, and I'll give him the scroll. I don't hold it away from him.
I would like to ask a question. What does Gishusa's temple mean to you?
I never heard of it, ma'am.
All right. What you have before you is the key to solving the basilisk's lullaby.
That is impossible, ma'am. This
Why is
disease is slowly killing my people. It's not like you could do magic and heal everybody.
Was he with us, my relieved friend?
Of course. If you step forward, he did as well.
I pull back his cloak. Does it feel his pulse?
Stand up in front of the man, do a little bit like this. Is this a man or a camel? He smell.
Do you see him breathing?
And he check the man, and you have a recoil movement. Is this a man? Looks like a Kram to me. What is this?
Healing.
What
Would
do you
you
mean?
tell him your name?
I am a son. I was Kram, but I'm no more. I was giving life back. So this guy now,
Yeah.
Trying to add weight to the words, like he could be healed, you could be healed.
Oh yeah. Very good. Yeah.
and you start to see in his eyes a glimpse of hope being born. And inside of this cold-hearted warrior soldier, you finally see just a stone man, a family man. And the next word to get out of his mouth is, how? How is this possible?
Following the way of the healer, the same way that is written in that scroll.
Will you help my tribe to get better?
That was our intention.
Tell me what I have to do.
We need to know of Kajus and his temple. We need to know if you are aware of the oldest member, the oldest stone man you're aware of, who would know of something that your people may have done, a wrong you have done to anyone else. If you can offer either of these two pieces of information at all, it'll be one step closer to undoing this for your tribe. She lets the silence weigh in on him like stone in the ocean.
Take the scroll and have a look at it, and suddenly this piece of paper means something else entirely. And he just say, "Thank you. Thank you, Surban. Your wise word. I've found their way to my heart, and I will not forget. I will try to find this if I can."
What is the oldest stone man I would be, or at least one well acquainted history of your people?
Surely we can find an old stone man in this city. The oldest I knew died in your temple in Okafis.
Yes, and he breathed his last breath, a scroll that was in his hands that was handed to me.
You would have wanted for us to search for a cure, I'm sure of it. Maybe I could talk to the other tribes, find some people who could be willing to spend effort in their life to this.
Anything at all? For it was the stone man. Oh, nothing.
So Melkim give you his hand like that in a handshake motion.
She she grabs it, enduring any pain she might feel in her arms.
And as you grab his hand, he placed a knee on the ground, and his brother do the same. And you don't feel pain in your hands. And it's very silent, very noble gesture. And everyone around is going about their daily life without a care, buying some fish and shouting to their neighbors, "Shut up!" And in pure contrast of one of the great moments in maybe Anoren history being played right there in the street. Well, I think I'm gonna call it. This was a very good gaming session. Thank you, guys. It was amazing. Any last words?
Thanks.
No, it was great as usual, and very intense the last few moments, and a lot of questions answered too. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit fuzzy on my part.
Yeah, that was great.
A little bit fuzzy, but you'll get around.
I don't think so. I think I was a little bit more fuzzy. I think I was the fuzziest one on this session.
I think I did.
But yeah, it was great.
Any last word, Chepe?
The tale of Izado is not yet done. We go again.
And you wanted to take a break.
No, can't. Too
Can't
good.
do it.
If you
Can't do it. I like
thanks
Janai
again.
and I like Leighton too much.
Yeah.
Lathan is my Han Solo. He's my guy.
a lot of pressure, man. A lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure, but these shoes are well filled.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys soon.
Okay. All right. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.